In this video we're going to process camera detector using the machine learning computer vision analysis tool Megadetector. The first thing to do is to set the options to process camera trap data, like that, and then to load up the files we're going to analyse. There's nearly 5,000 of them, and the number of them recorded over a week indicates that there may be a lot of false triggerings. We can confirm this by looking at the count versus time profile. As you can see, there are no sharp steps. The images are taken over a period of a week, and the rate of increase is a bit slower during the night, increases during the day, but there are no sharp steps indicating that we probably don't have many animals in the images. But to analyse all of them using Megadetector, we'll use the highlight option of Caption Pro. So we'll select that we want to use Megadetector for highlighting and click Run. So this is the Megadetector run screen. Now the default is that the processing of each image takes about 7 seconds, which means that all 5,000 images will take nearly 10 hours to run. We'll use the default detection bounds, which have a lower limit of 0.9, upper limit of 1, and we won't bother to shrink the files because they won't go much faster. The first thing to do is to run a test to see how fast the images will actually process. So we click the test button, and this will process the first 5 images in the sequence, just to form an idea of how quickly it will run. So you can see that the first one's already been processed in 6.68 seconds. We'll let it run through to process all 5 of the images, and then take the mean value which is presented from this analysis and use it for a more accurate estimate of the time per image. So it's nearly finished. We've now got all 5 images processed, and the average time is 6.72 seconds per image. So we'll put that in there, click Apply, and this confirms that we'll take 9 hours, 9.25 hours. If we want a bit more information, for example, if we want to do any resampling using the shrink factor, this image here gives you a bit of information on the performance improvement you can expect. If the images aren't much bigger than 4 or 5 megapixels, there really isn't much. Anyway, now we've done the test, we can actually start the processing. So if we click Start, this is informing us that it already exists. We can say yes, we will replace it, and off we go. Now I'm not going to make this video 9 hours long. It will continue chugging away. It's best run overnight, and it's also best run if there's only one user at a time. So if you find it's taking much longer than the estimated time to process the images, probably means there's another user using the system, and you should try again later. Anyway, we'll move now to processing the final image. After Megadetector has finished, you can see that 5 highlighted images have been detected with confidence between 0.9 and 0.1, but you can only see 3 dots on this profile, possibly because the detections are close together. To examine the profiles in detail, we go to Highlight Copy, and a default folder is created inside the folder containing the original images. We'll select it and copy the files into it. Now that's done, Caption Pro automatically loads them so that they can be examined. So as you can see, there's an animal or a part of an animal in all of the images. This is all very well, but it's useful to have some false positive detections to make sure there are very few false negative ones. So we'll rerun the analysis of the Megadetector output, which is stored in a file. To do this, we reload our original folders. In this case, we say we only want to load the folders in the top directory. We show the analysis count versus time again, and now we go to the highlight and we change the confidence range from 0.9 to 1.0 to 0.8 to 1.0, and we reload it, and you can now see that there are 23 images highlighted. So let's have a look at those. We'll go copy again to the highlighted folder, select it and say yes. Delete any that are already there, copy them over and load them up. So now as we move through them, you can see that most of them don't contain any animals, but there's one that does. There's another, no animal there, light bird there, nothing, and nothing, animal, 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 animal. So now that we've got a few false positives, we'll be more confident that we haven't actually missed any. So each of these can then be tagged by selecting from the presets and copying into the copying them to the tags field, and then that's the job done.